and welcome to TWF, you know, uh, Impact. I'm Michael Cole, here with Edward Collins and with Madison Rain. And today um, on Impact, we got the two irksome folks here. We got Sasha Banks and Bailey. Well, yeah, you're right about that one. Well, Michael Cole said they are irksome, so I am right about that. Irksome, you're right about that. Edward Collins said these two definitely are irksome. You know, these ones are truly irksome. And one is the light heavyweight winner, the one's the TWF women's heavyweight winner. So at the end of the day, but they're also the TWF team winners as well. So you would think, when are they going to win those? Well, Madison Rain said if you won all the winnings like they did, you would be irksome too. And at the end of the day, I don't really think that anyone is going to take the winnings off of them. But at the end of the day, I don't think anyone can be as irksome as Sasha Banks and Bailey. Well, they should, Madison Rain says. Oh, alright. You just call me. I'm. Well, guess who's the TWF heavyweight? Who's the TWF women's heavyweight winner now? I am. And it's so great to be that. I mean, when you stop to think of it, it is so great. Sasha Banks says, and I knew I was going to win it. I mean, it was only needed a time. And I want to say thank you, Bailey, for going out of your way, beating up on, thank you for going out of your way, beating up on Gil Kim, so you could help, so I could beat Asuka and become the TWF Women's Heavyweight winner. Well, you're welcome, Bailey says. And that should lead it off. And you should be happy to know. You're welcome. And that's what friends do. Granted, this isn't the one you wanted to be. Granted, this isn't the one, this is not the one that the women's heavyweight winning would actually fit well around. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. Or maybe they can. Well, I don't really think anyone truly cares. See, I seen what you did to Asuka, and that was like sad. Naomi Uso says. It is sad. To think that a shithead like you is a TWF Women's Heavyweight winner. And some kind of shithead like you is a TWF Light Heavyweight winner. There was a time where you two had onlook. Where there was a time a long time ago where everyone onlooked you. And you both did the right thing at one time. And then something happened. I don't know. Either being kind and being helpful got boring, or maybe it was the unfairness of life. Things being unfair, hang-ups and binds, I don't know. And somehow you two became the jerks that you spent so many years fighting. First off, this is the true me, Sasha Banks says. See, the TWF women's offshoot, would just be earnest with it. Anytime I win it, it means something. And to be earnest with you, I was always this way. This was always the true me. And I am truly sad if you come out and either want to say some harmful, besmirching, scathing words. Yeah, I wouldn't say besmirching. I would say scathing is something you two folks seem to need a lot of these days. Don't you say anything scathing about my friend. She worked hard to beat Asuka for the TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings. Just like I worked hard to be the TWF Light Heavyweight winner. Oh yes, Diva Talk says. Naomi, where have you been lately? I just want to know. I mean, where have you been? I mean, for a while you just fuck off and no one knows where you're at. You don't write, you don't call, you don't do shit. You just come on nowhere and you want everyone to give you a shot. Well, you can shut the fuck up, Diva Talks, because that's what basically happens a lot around here. Someone's gone for a long time, then they show up, and then the next thing you know, they're a TWF Women's Heavyweight winner. Or they're a TWF Light Heavyweight winner. I'll let you know, Bayley said, I won this winningly 4 or 5 times. And if you want to fight me, Sasha Banks says, then you fight my good friend Bayley, the TWF Light Heavy. Oh, okay, Diva Talk says no. No. I'm the undermatchmaker. Here's how it goes. Naomi Uso or Naomi Knight, whatever you want to call yourself, you want to fight Sasha Banks, right? Well, you're going to fight the TWF Light Heavyweight winner, Bayley. And if you win, boom, you fight Sasha Banks. And Bayley, we will be talking about when you defend your TWF Light Heavyweight winnings. Well, you hear that, Michael Cole says. Diva Talks apparently making it where Naomi has to fight Bayley. And if Naomi wins, then she's going to meet Sasha Banks for the TWF, Women's Strike Team winnings. TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings by mistake. Michael Cole said, hey, Madison Rain said everyone makes mistakes. But the true mistake is going to be when Naomi Uso doesn't beat Bayley here. Feel the glow? I don't know what that actually means, Madison Rain said. Oh, and this coming from a woman who was the first TWF Women's Heavyweight winner. There's no way that Naomi Uso could just walk right in and be the TWF Women's Heavyweight winner. Well, don't be so sure, Madison Rain. You walked in about 7 years ago, or at least about 6 years ago, or 7 years ago, and you became the TWF Women's Heavyweight winner. Well, there was the first time it was put on the line, Michael Cole. First time it was made. And I remember back when you were just this cut-out drawing of yourself. Well, Corey Gray, I'm going to tell you right now, you're becoming a female take on Corey Graves and Taz, aren't you? Edward Collins said. Naomi Uso coming back down on Bayley and a body slam. Michael Cole says. Naomi Uso down with the rear view mirror. The rear view. Or girl, but I don't know. Wait a minute. Oh! What the heck is going on here? Sasha Banks just threw both of the winnings in the ring. And the Fight Lord saw it and told Sasha Banks, get out of here. She didn't do anything wrong, Madison Rain said. She didn't do anything wrong. Why the 2 winnings in the ring? Why is that? And Bayley wanted to take the upside on it. Bayley the belly. And now Bayley's got one of her winnings in the ring now. The Fight Lord's going to tell her if she works that winnings, then the fight's going to be thrown down. Naomi Uso's going to win anyway. Oh, here it comes. Naomi Uso down on Bayley. I guess it's a rear view mirror, Michael Cole says. Well, your guess is good as mine, Edward Collins said. Are we going to get the 1, 2, 3? I hope not, Madison Rain says. No. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. And now the one who will now meet Sasha Banks for the TWF Women's Heavyweight Winnings, Naomi Uso. And you can tell that Bayley and Sasha Banks will not be happy with that. And I wonder how Asuka feels. She's the one who should be fighted, the one who might say that she should have the right to fight Sasha Banks for the TWF Women's Heavyweight Winnings, Edward Collins said, since it was Sasha Banks that beat her. And that's true, Michael Cole said, and I'm sure that we will hear from Asuka sometime down the road. I'm sure Asuka will get her seat to fight Sasha Banks again. Well, I don't really care, Madison Rayne said. There's no way that Naomi Uso is going to beat, Sasha Banks. It's not going to happen. What the fuck? And that's not going to happen. And I understand now that, Gene Okerlund now is, I understand now Michael Cole says that Gene Okerlund is going to be speaking with, Naomi Uso, Sasha Banks and Bayley. Sasha Banks and Bayley with Naomi Uso after she beat Sasha Banks and Bayley, and how she feels about being the one who might fight Sasha Banks. Alright, Michael Cole, I'm here right now with Naomi Uso, the one who will hopefully fight Sasha Banks sometime down the road here. And here she comes now. Alright, Naomi Uso, you just beat Bayley. That now gives you the right to fight Sasha Banks sometime down the road. How do you feel about that? Well, it's like this, Gene Okerlund. First off, I'm truly happy with beating Sasha Banks. Beating Bayley. 2, I know if I work hard enough, I will beat Sasha Banks. You see, I've seen the shit that Sasha Banks has done to Asuka. So I know what shit she's going to do to me. And speaking of Asuka, how does she feel about knowing you might be facing Sasha Banks before she does? Well, I talked with Asuka, and Asuka says she's happy with me fighting Sasha Banks. I don't really know, but I do know if I do beat Sasha Banks, I'm going to give Asuka the first shot. And if I can't beat Sasha Banks, then I'm going to be backing up Asuka when she fights Sasha Banks. Either way, some woman is going to put Sasha Banks in her stead. And Bayley too. Well, what do you think about, the Sasha Banks and Bayley, they like to bitch, whine, and nag about when things don't go their way. And they like to talk about how they're folks to be onlooked, but they're not to be onlooked. No, you're right, Gene Okerlund. They haven't done nothing to be onlooked for. A long, long time ago, Bayley and Sasha Banks were folks to be onlooked, but that has come and gone. Now they're nothing more than jerks and heels, folks to be shamed, folks to be scabed, folks that should be ashamed of the way they behave and what they do. Alright, that was my talk with Naomi Uso. Back to you, Michael Cole. Well, thank you, thank you, Gene Okerlund, for talking with Naomi Uso here on Impact, Michael Cole says. And I'm sure sometime down the road, Naomi Uso is going to have her fight with Sasha Banks. Well, that's what Michael Cole says. Well, you're right about that, Edward Collins said. Somewhere down the road, we will see Naomi Uso and Sasha Banks fight. When? I don't know. But I do know that Asuka is going to probably get to Sasha Banks before Naomi Uso does. Are you kidding me? Asuka hasn't shown her face since she took her loss to Sasha Banks. So at the end of the day, I don't even think she's going to show her. I don't even think she's going to show her face or lair anymore, Madison Rayne said, after she lost to the True Boss. Well, we got Bayley here and Sasha Banks back in the ring. I can't believe they had me kicked out of the ring. Can't believe the unfairness of that, Bayley said, that they had me kicked out of the ring. But at the end of the day, it's the same. You could send me to the moon if you wanted, and Sasha Banks would still be the TWF Women's Heavyweight winner. Yeah, that's right. You're right about that, Bayley. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to beat the shit out of you, Naomi Uso. You know, I'm going to take all that green out of your hair. I'm going to take the glow out of you. You keep saying you feel the glow. Well, at the end, you're not going to be feeling nothing. And as far as Asuka goes, Asuka just came back and took down both Sasha Banks and Bayley here on Impact. It looks like that's all the time we have all the time we have, Michael Cole says. For Michael Cole, for Edward Collins, for Madison Rayne, we hope you like Impact, and we'll see you tomorrow. And we'll see you tomorrow for NXT.